Hey guys, it's Story. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Story and I talk about books and streaming. So I was trying to think of a video to film real quick today so that I can edit it real fast and get it posted, but yeah, I decided to do a book haul and realized that I have a ton of books since I did my last book haul. I think my last one was for Black Friday. It is now April, like mid-April. So I have a lot of books to share today. So I'm gonna try to get through these really quickly. They're all really good books, all books that I am super excited for. So I can't wait to talk about them with you today. But yeah, I'm just like thinking that I was gonna be able to film and edit this real quick and post it. It's not gonna happen. There's like, I don't know, 15 books here, and then I have another like 5 books that aren't physically here. They're like e-copies or ARCs. So some of these that I bought alongside a 20+ book giveaway. I think it was like 22, 23 books I got for a huge giveaway. I haven't done anything for it yet, but I will definitely be giving the majority of them away on my Instagram, because I do have a brand new Instagram, a new cute little bookstagram called Storribook, the same handle as my YouTube. So if you haven't already, please go follow me over there so that I can follow you back. I'm trying to find as many Bookish accounts as I can. I want to see what everyone is reading. And of course, I will be having a ton of giveaways over there. So if you want to win 22 books, you should go follow me, but I probably won't give them away all at once. I'm going to categorize them in between genres. But anyways, before I get off topic, let's just go ahead and jump into the books. Of course, if you want to see more videos from me, be sure to subscribe and like this video if you want to see more book hauls. And yeah, let's get started. I have no idea how to do this, what categories I should start off with. I have a couple ARCs I'm really excited to talk about, but I just talked about them in a previous video, so maybe I'll do all of my ARCs towards the end and then start off with the books that I bought myself or were given to me from my Amazon wishlist. By the way, I had someone ask me for my wishlist the other day. It is always in the description. You definitely don't have to get anything off there, but I have updated it recently because I had a couple people ask, so yeah. Wishlist is updated. If you need the link, it is down below. I'm gonna keep going on tangents, so let's just go ahead and get into the books. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with my book of the month picks for March, I think it was. I didn't choose anything this month in April, so yeah, I think it was March. I chose a book and then added on 2 extra books. So the book I chose was The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. To be honest, I haven't been intrigued by the book of the month picks since I started it in like January. I've been skipping month after month, but this is the first one I have been interested in, and I was a little disappointed at the size of it. It's very thin. I could finish this super quickly, but it is essentially about a witch back in the 1800s, I think, who starts an apothecary so that women can buy her potions to give to men. I don't know if this is going to be like a feminist book. The witch definitely wants to create potions that are used against men, so we follow her, and then we follow someone in the present day who also stumbles along this apothecary, I guess. I'm not really sure, but I'm super interested in it. I feel like it's going to be a little bit of like magical realism. I like the idea of jumping back and forth between time periods. So yeah, and I can probably finish this really quickly. So excited for this. Sorry to the people who already follow me on Instagram. I have been going over all my Bookish mail, so whenever I get new ARCs or I just order things myself, I have been doing kind of unboxings over there. If you followed me for a while, you know that I don't really do unboxings on my channel. I've done like 2, I think. So yeah, if you ever want to see the Bookish mail I get or any type of unboxings, then just go ahead and follow me over there. But the main reason I made this order was to get These Violet Delights by Chloe Gong. I actually don't even know that much about this book, just that everyone loves it. I feel like it's gonna be super steamy. I think it is set in Shanghai in 1926, and it is a Romeo and Juliet retelling, I'm pretty sure, and I love Romeo and Juliet. I love hate to love, just in general. Like if the book has hate to love, I'm all there. It's my thing for some reason. I want the love interests to start out hating each other and eventually love each other. I don't know why I'm so into that, but yeah, there's just been so much rave about this book. I just feel like it's going to be epic, and I'm going to be really interested and intrigued. I just need to pick it up. Next, I got Lester by Raven Leilani. Again, super disappointed at how tiny this book was. Just being honest, like to pay $15 for this and then pay another $10 for this is just like, I wish I knew the size of them. Although I do need some smaller books in my collection. This is about a girl who I believe is in college. She becomes interested with or starts talking to this married man. The marriage is an open marriage, so it's about her dating these two people. I don't know if she's also dating the wife, but it's kind of her life. I think she ends up moving in with them, so it's kind of like a, I don't know what you would call that, misogamy? It's about 3 characters that are in an open relationship. I'm excited. I feel like it's gonna be just like super fast paced since it's so short, and a lot of stuff is gonna happen, a lot of drama, and yeah, I'm excited to get to this one too. The next couple books are from the giveaway I just hosted on my channel here recently. If it isn't already obvious, I love to have giveaways on my channel, my Instagram, whatever. I just feel like it's the funnest part of following YouTube channels because they get sent free stuff all the time. Not saying I get sent like a load of free stuff all the time. I am a small channel, but if I'm not interested in it, then I'm going to give it away. And so I actually want to give away, recently it was 10 books and I decided to keep 2 of them and give away 8. So the 2 that I decided to keep were The Ravens by Cass Morgan and Danielle Page and A Song of Race and Ruin by Roseanne A. Brown. So this one I knew I was going to keep. I'm so intrigued by this. I believe it is, yeah, a desert inspired fantasy. So I've never read a desert inspired fantasy. I know that An Ember in the Ashes is one as well, and I really want to get to that one, but this is kind of a Romeo and Juliet type thing as well. We are following our main character, I think has to like find the main guy, and they end up falling in love and stuff, but they're like trying to find each other for some reason. I don't know if they have to kill each other or they're, I don't know. I'm sorry, but the premise just sounded really good. I've been getting into fantasy again a little bit since last winter. Right now I'm reading like contemporaries and romances. I'm actually reading a thriller right now as well. So like I'm not reading fantasy really at all right now, but when I do get back into it, I really do want to try this one. I just feel like it's gonna be really good on the kind of like fantastical romance part, and it's probably gonna be pretty political as well. And so yeah, excited for this one. And then The Ravens is about a sorority that is also a coven, a witch coven. When I first heard that premise, I was sold. Like I was in a sorority in college for a little bit. I ended up leaving it at one point, and so I'm already into witchy books, so I just feel like that's gonna be super epic. I can't remember the name of the movie, but there is a movie where a group of high school girls start a coven. They're all witches, and so I feel like it's probably gonna give me those sort of vibes, but instead set in a college atmosphere, which I miss college every day of my life. It was a great experience for me, so yeah, I just have a feeling I'm really going to like this. I've never read either of these authors before though. I've also never read this author. I don't know if this is her debut book or not, but yeah, excited to give some new authors a try as well. Speaking of the sorority I was in, I have a friend that I met through that sorority named Cheyenne, who kindly sent me a book that she just finished and knew I wanted to read it because it was on my wish list, and that is Beach Read by Emily Henry. So thank you, Cheyenne, for sending me this. She was one of the winners of my giveaway, and so I'm sure she felt kind of bad. It was like, let me send her a book I'm not gonna read again, but I have been wanting to read this for so long. I think I added this to my wish list when I first created it. I'm super into books like this. I love genres like this. The Hating Game is one of my all-time favorite books. I'm actually about to receive Sally Thorne's newest book as an ARC, like right before it's released, and I'm so excited for it. I'm gonna bring this on vacation too because we're gonna be on a beach, so I think it's gonna be pretty funny for my beach read to be called Beach Read. I kind of want to do it just for that. And I'll definitely vlog while we are in Cancun as well. I'll do a little vacation / reading vlog, so be on the lookout for that. But I know you've heard about this book 1,000 times. Everyone has. Basically, we're following a guy and a girl who are both authors. One is a romance author and the other one is like, I think he's like a thriller author. They're both in writing slumps, and so to encourage them to get out of writing slumps, they write the other author's genre. They must be on a beach somewhere, I'm guessing, and it ends up being a cute little romance. And I know a lot of people really like this, but I know a lot of people say that it is too hyped up at this point, that it's not worth the hype, and so I don't know how I'm gonna feel about it, but I feel like I could get through it pretty fast. So like either way, if it ends up not living up to the hype, then it won't be that big of a loss, but I am really excited to read it. I've been excited to read it for a really long time. And then we went to an Amazon bookstore for the first time in forever, and I know people are gonna come at me for buying from Amazon, but listen, we all have wish lists on Amazon. That's how we get those books. And also, I've never been to a physical Amazon bookstore before. I know they started selling books before they did everything else, but it seems kind of ironic to me because they've totally taken over actual bookstores in a sense. Seeing a physical Amazon bookstore was just like, The irony. But anyways, my boyfriend has Prime, so all of the books were super cheap for us. The first one I picked up was The Unhoneymooners by Christina Lauren. If you didn't already know, I love Christina Lauren. I've read almost all of their books. The physical books I have on my shelf are the only ones I haven't read, but I really want to get to this one next because so many people that are fans of these authors say that this is their favorite book. And so I just have a feeling that I'm really going to like it. I know they're on vacation together. A couple that was supposed to get married didn't get married, and so I think like the best man and the maid of honor go on the honeymoon for them, and that just sounds so epic. I didn't know that was the synopsis of this book for a long time, or I would have picked it up a long time ago. I've had it on my wish list for a long time as well, and I just love the cover of this. Like, this is everything to me. This is one of my favorite colors. I could read Christina Lauren forever. I love that they come out with at least one book every year. I'm super excited to read The Soulmate Equation. That's their newest book, and yeah, they're really good. They're really good at writing work romances as well. I don't know why that is my thing. I think it's just like a type 3 readers thing. We like work romances. We like hate to love. And I've now read 2 or 3 of their books that have been work romances, and they've just been so good. I almost always give them 5 stars. So excited to get this one. And then I also picked up a new journal, which is 52 List of Calm by Moria Seal. Probably Moria. Maria, is it Maria? Gosh, I have no idea, but this journal is great. It was not that expensive with Prime either, and it's basically just list. You just make lists. There's different prompts that they give you. The whole point is to help with anxiety, basically. Just get your mind off of whatever you're thinking about and worrying about and just make a list. And so it's really good for my OCD. It's really good for like the type 3 in me, if you get what I mean. Next is a book that I have already read that I got from Books A Million, and that is Swimming Lessons by Lily Reinhart. I really enjoyed this poetry collection. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I feel like people are being very, very critical of it just because it is a celebrity's work, but it's really good. Honestly, I related to it a lot. Obviously, poetry is very subjective, so if you don't relate to it, you probably won't enjoy it as much. And I noticed a lot of the reviews, it didn't seem like they were relating to it. It's about quite a few different things. Explores the euphoric beginnings of young love, battling anxiety and depression in the face of fame, and the inevitable heartbreak that stems from passion. Lily uses her trademark honesty, optimism, and unique perspective. This is like the best way to describe this book. It's very honest and real, yet optimistic, a little bit inspiring, and just like relatable. You can see all the tabs I have. Talks a lot about passion, which was my favorite part because I'm personally a very passionate person. Like, when I am into something, I am obsessed with it. I actually write poetry myself as well, and so every time I read a new poetry book, I just write so many poems, and if I don't, that means I probably didn't enjoy it that much. I wrote so many poems after reading this, and you know, I'm not plagiarizing or anything like that. I just get super inspired with poetry. I don't know what it is, and so if I'm in a reading slump, poetry books are key for me. But yeah, I'm basically here to say don't be discouraged by all of the reviews. This is really good. If you like this typical modern poetry that's a little, you know, cutesy, a little romantic, then you're really gonna like this. So going back to the 22, 25, I don't even know how many books I got, to be honest, giveaway I'm going to be doing on my new Instagram, I decided to keep 2 books there as well. I didn't want to show them in this video if I hadn't decided which one I'm actually going to keep, but the one I know I'm going to keep is House of Salt and Sorrows by Erin Craig. I can't remember what this book is about now that I'm thinking about it. I also was not expecting to pick this book either. Look at the inside. Oh my gosh. Bought 2 of these because I know a lot of people are interested in reading this. I didn't think I was interested in reading it, and then yeah, I read the synopsis and was like, okay, let's go. It's also blurred by Stephanie Garber, which you guys know is one of my favorite authors. It says that our main character lives with her sisters and their father and stepmother in a manor by the sea. That really intrigues me. I love books that are set right along the sea. It's like a seaside town, especially if it's going to be like super dark and gloomy. I love that setting. She has involvement with a mysterious stranger in the town. She's having a series of ghostly visions. So yeah, kind of vague, don't really know exactly what that means, but just like looking at the cover in the back of it, like I just feel like it's gonna be a super dark seaside town setting and story, and I'm just all about that. Next is a book I received off my wish list by Abby, one of my subscribers here. She comments on my videos all the time, and so I've seen her on here for a while, and so when she sent me this book, I accidentally said the wrong name in the video. So I did a reading vlog during the big snowstorm we had in the States here because all I really could do was read. I ended up picking up this book because I was reading Crooked Kingdom, but I have a rule here where if you buy something off my wish list, I have to put whatever book I'm reading down and pick up that book and feature it in a vlog. So this was the first time that happened, and I'm so excited because I love this book. This is one of my favorite books now, and that is Where Dreams Descend by Janella Angelis. I've talked about this book so many times, especially if you're following me on Instagram. I was reading this book and finished it when I first started my account, so there was a lot of content. I just love it so much. I love it so freaking much. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. While I was reading it, I thought it was for sure 4.5 out of 5 stars. I just had a couple problems that were very minuscule, not big at all, but then the ending was just like not what I expected and wasn't very satisfactory to me. But I think it's because this is book 1 in what's going to be an epic series, and so I just think book 2 is going to be like 5 out of 5 stars for me. Of course, it's early days to say that, but man, if they are giving away arcs for the second book, which I'm sure they probably aren't, but if they are, I hope I get it. It comes out in the fall and I need more. Like, I need more from Kalia. I need more from DeMarco. I need to know what happened. I need answers. Like, there's so many things were left open at the end of this book, and so I need answers. But yeah, we are following Kalia, who is a female magician in this world of magic that is intertwined with normal people as well. So there's different types of magic you could have, but it is very rare to see a female with magic. It's known that something has happened in the past in this world with female magicians. We just don't really know what has happened, and our main character Kalia feels like a prisoner in this club that she performs at. It's very secretive, it's in the woods, and so she tries to escape all the time, but the master of the house won't let her. And so it's really about her finding her way in this world and figuring out who she is, where she came from. It's about the readers finding out just about the world in general and the people within it, the history, and it's just so good. I love it so much. But yeah, like I said, you might not feel satisfactory after reading this book just because so much is left to be open, and I just want the second book so bad. But I would really recommend this. But yeah, Kalia is such a badass. She's a very polarizing character. People love her, people hate her. I just related to her so much. I've never related to a main character this much before, I don't think. She's definitely a type 3 for sure, like me. A love interest in this book is just like everything too. I love him so much, and you can tell I love this book because I'm seriously so winded. So thank you to Abby for sending this to me. I don't think she's read it yet, but she wanted to see how I felt about it, and now you know. Okay, I feel amazing about this book. I love this book. Really good, and I would still highly recommend. All right, so we have one more, and then I will mention the arcs really quick, but that is The Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie Maniscalco. Man, I am so excited for this book. I know I said that about every book, but I was pitched this book by a friend here on YouTube, and oh my God, I was sold. And then it's actually smaller than I thought it would be, so it's definitely gonna be a quick little fantasy. I'm so excited to get to it. I think this summer, if I just am like completely over the romances and contemporaries, I'm definitely gonna pick this up. The back says, I understood why some thought kissing one of the wicked was addictive. Each time his tongue touched mine, it felt as if the ground beneath me quaked, like we were a cataclysmic event that shouldn't be. Girl, you already know this is gonna be one of those great fantasies that just has like a super addicting romance or romances, and it's super dark. Like that is my brand at this point. That is what I want. You know, when you think about like Twilight and Caraval and all that, I just love kind of like urban fantasies, or not even urban fantasies, just fantasies in general that are very dark but also very like romantic and emo. That's like my thing. So yeah, I know I'm really going to like this. It says 2 sisters, one brutal murder, a quest for vengeance that will unleash hell itself, and an intoxicating romance. I thought this had to do with the 7 deathly sins or something like that, and there's like 7 brothers and they all represent a different sin, unless I'm thinking of a completely different book. But this says Amelia meets Wrath, one of the wicked princes of hell she has been warned against since she was a child. So yeah, maybe there's 7 princes of hell, but it looks like our main character gets involved with one of them. and I'm so down for that. All right, so for the arcs that I have received and I am so grateful for, I have been receiving so many arcs here recently, physical arcs and e-arc. I'm honestly feeling a little overwhelmed at how many arcs I have. I just want to read all of them all at once, and I think it's part of the reason why I have a reading slump right now, or why I'm in a reading slump right now. But this book I literally started today, and that is Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I'm so excited to get to this book. I think I got only like 8% through it, to be honest, but I'm really liking it so far. So Taylor Jenkins Reid is one of my favorite authors. I really love The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, one of my favorite books, and I honestly feel like Malibu Rising is going to be a mixture of that book and Daisy Jones and the Six, and those are her two biggest books that she is known for. I personally DNF'd Daisy Jones and the Six. I think one day I will pick it back up, but yeah, I listened to the audiobook like 2/3 of the way through and DNF'd it. A lot of people really like it, but everyone loves The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. I just feel like our main character here, she is famous. It seems like she's gonna be like very feminine and have all this like feminist energy like Evelyn Hugo does, and it's also set in California in the 80s, and Daisy Jones and the Six I think is set in California in like the 70s. And so yeah, I just feel like it's kind of like a mixture of the two right now, and I'm really enjoying it. Our main character is the daughter of a very famous, I think he's like a musician or something like that. She lives in Malibu, and so we are following her and her sister and her brother in Malibu. We know that there's like one big party that happens at her house and something really crazy happens. I don't know if it's like a murder or something like that, but there's a lot of secrets within this like famous family. Enjoying it so far. Like I said, I'm only like 8% through it, but I think it's gonna be pretty good, honestly, and I'm not surprised because I really like her books. Next, I got The Islanders by S.V. Leonard. I have talked about this book on my channel as well. Super excited to get to this one. Pitch for this book is Love Island meets like a serial killer, which is just like amazing. I'm so excited to read this. I'm watching Love Island right now. Highly recommend Love Island Australia. That is my favorite one. It's so well put together and so addicting. The people on there are great. And so yeah, Love Island Australia is by far my favorite one. I have tried to watch Love Island UK twice now and could not get into it. That one is just like not good, to be honest. A lot of people say to skip to season 4, so I think I'm gonna try that. I'm watching America right now, Love Island America. Skip season 1 because I watched the first like 2 episodes and I was like, no, it's really bad. But season 2 got much better. I'm about 3/4 of the way through season 2. Now I'm going on a tangent. Anyways, this is one of those reality shows. It's called Love Wrecked, but it's the same thing where they put a bunch of strangers on like a beach or some tropical island, tropical area. Our main character goes and someone dies. And so I don't know if they continue filming during all of it. That'd be kind of crazy, but yeah, she's trying to figure out the serial killer and stay alive. Sounds pretty epic to me. This author is so lovely. Her and her agent, I think she was, sent this book to me, and yeah, I've talked with them a little bit and they're just super nice, super lovely. I believe this is her debut book, and so she's very excited to get it out into the world, and I'm excited to tell people about it, honestly. Next, I received Real by Carol Kujak. So I actually don't know what this book is about. Received it unsolicited. I know we are following a teen who has autism, I believe, and so that is the main, you know, theme and point of this book is autism. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I know it was probably a long one. There were a lot of books to go over, but I really appreciate you watching. Of course, subscribe if you haven't already if you feel like it. If you like book hauls, please give this a thumbs up so I know to make more of them, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.